Did you know your diet could be increasing your risk of cancer? Now, this might sound a bit scary, but it's a topic that's gaining traction in the scientific community. In fact, researchers at the National University of Singapore have been delving into this very subject. Their study is shining a new light on the link between our diet and the risk of cancer, particularly among younger individuals. Their focus? The junk food that's all too common in our diets today. Yes, those sugary, fatty foods that we often reach for out of convenience or craving can potentially be ticking time bombs for our health. The study demonstrates that the body's breakdown of these foods can lead to an increased risk of cancer. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? That the burger or the soda we're consuming might not just be bad for our waistline, but could also be setting the stage for serious health issues down the line. So let's remember, the food choices we make today could have a profound effect on our health tomorrow. It all comes down to a compound called methylglyoxal. This compound is a byproduct that our bodies produce when we break down sugary and fatty foods. It's like the unwelcome guest at the end of a feast, a reminder of our indulgences. Now, why does this matter? Well, it's all about a certain gene called BRCA2. This gene, a bit of a hero in our bodies, is known for its role in fighting off tumors. It's like our personal bodyguard, constantly on the lookout for signs of trouble and ready to spring into action. But methylglyoxal, that unwelcome guest we spoke of earlier, isn't too fond of our protective friend BRCA2. In fact, it has the power to temporarily inhibit the cancer-protecting function of this gene. It's like throwing a cloak over our bodyguard's eyes, leaving us vulnerable to potential harm. And here's the kicker. The more we expose ourselves to methylglyoxal, the more we risk this happening. And where do we find this compound? Unfortunately, it's often found in processed foods and red meat. So each time we indulge in these, we're inviting that unwelcome guest back into our bodies. Repeated exposure to this compound, often found in processed foods and red meat, can heighten cancer risk. But what does this mean for individuals with faulty copies of the BRCA2 gene? Well, it turns out that those with defective BRCA2, passed down from their parents, are especially sensitive to the effects of methylglyoxal, a compound found in abundance when our bodies break down sugary and fatty foods. This sensitivity means that their body's ability to fight off tumors, a role typically played by the BRCA2 gene, is temporarily inhibited. This can lead to DNA damage and possibly the early signs of cancer development. The research from the National University of Singapore challenges the conventional two-hit paradigm. This paradigm suggests that 2 hits or mutations are required for cancer to develop. However, this study proposes that repeated exposure to methylglyoxal, often found in processed foods and red meat, can heighten cancer risk even in the absence of a second hit. This research underscores the importance of diet in cancer prevention. So what can we take away from all of this? We've delved into the link between diet and cancer, specifically how consuming junk food could increase cancer risk. The culprit, a compound called methylglyoxal, produced when our bodies break down sugary and fatty foods. This compound has shown to inhibit the cancer-protecting function of the BRCA2 gene, potentially leading to DNA damage and early signs of cancer development. Individuals with faulty copies of the BRCA2 gene, inherited from parents, are particularly sensitive to the effects of methylglyoxal. This finding not only underscores the importance of diet in cancer prevention, but it also challenges the traditional two-hit paradigm of cancer development. More research is needed to fully understand these connections and their implications. But one thing is clear: our dietary choices matter. They can either fuel health or feed disease. So let's make choices that favor our health and well-being. Remember, the choices we make today can have a profound impact on our health tomorrow. If you found this information useful, please like, share, and subscribe for more health tips and insights.